So not too long ago, I drove down to Texas with some friends of mine for a competition. It was a 17-hour drive on paper, but thanks to all that traffic that we were stuck in, it took us 25 hours to get there. I know, right? And by the time we got back to Cincinnati, we were all exhausted. We all know that driving long distances can be very tiresome. Throw in some traffic and some construction work, it can get very tiresome, right? But what if I told you all that in near future you will not have to deal with any of that? That's exciting, right? Let me paint a quick picture for you all. Imagine living in Cincinnati and working in Chicago. It's about a 300-mile drive, 6 hours one way. Good luck doing that on a daily basis. It's not exactly doable, is it? Now picture this. You wake up in Cincinnati, get ready, and get to work in Chicago in 30 minutes. And you get back home after work also in 30 minutes. Sounds like science fiction, right? I am here to tell you all that transportation is at the cusp of transformation. Currently, we use 4 modes to travel: roadways, railways, waterways, and airways. But what if I told you all that we are working towards the 5th mode? Something that would be immune to weather changes, that would be safer, and get this, this is the best part. It would travel at speeds of 760 miles an hour. That's the speed of sound. And you would still feel as comfortable as you would in an airplane. All of that, and this would still be cheaper than all those 4 modes. This 5th mode that I'm talking about, it's called the Hyperloop. This concept was introduced by Elon Musk back in 2013 as an open source idea. And the basis of this idea is to connect 2 cities with a full-length tube with a very small amount of air inside of it. You would then send a pod or a capsule levitating through this tube at very high speeds. How often have we heard people say that transportation has been significantly contributing towards climate change in a very negative way? We all also want to ensure that the world we leave our children, and then their children, is at least a wee bit safer, right? So guess what? Hyperloop is going to be sustainably self-powered using solar energy, which means it's going to be completely green. Back in 2015, SpaceX, a company that was founded by Elon Musk with a vision to send humankind to Mars, this company, they announced that they would sponsor a global competition to design and build a prototype of this Hyperloop pod just to demonstrate that this concept is technically feasible, that it's doable. In August of 2015, a group of students at the University of Cincinnati got together and decided that they would give life to this concept here in Cincinnati. The competition itself started off with over 1,200 teams from all over the world. And out of these teams, 124 teams were eventually invited down to Texas to present their ideas and designs to engineers from SpaceX and Tesla, and people from all over the world, for that matter. Remember the 25-hour road trip that I told you about? It was for this. In Texas, out of these 124 teams, 30 teams were eventually selected to actually go on and build this pod and test it at the SpaceX headquarters in California later this summer. It is a matter of great pride that Hyperloop UC, a Cincinnati team and the only team from Ohio, is one of these 30 teams in the whole world to be working. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. It is very exciting to be working on something that's going to change the way people will travel in near future. What started off as a team of 6 engineering students now has 65 members from all over the campus. Working for 80 to 100 hours a week over the past few months has not been easy for most of us. Most of us are full-time students who work part-time to pay for school. And for some of us, 4 hours of sleep in a day is the luxury that we cannot afford right now. But the very fact that we're working towards something so exciting, something that's larger than all of us, keeps us going no matter what. As Elon once said, we can either sit back and watch it happen or be a part of it. We all want to be a part of this change. All that said and done, what's in it for you all? Why should each and every one of you care about Hyperloop. Back in 1903, in Dayton, Ohio, the Wright brothers took flight, and that changed the course of humankind. Transportation has evolved since then, and along with it, our lifestyles have changed as well. It has unlocked human potential. Imagine the kind of change this would bring about. Imagine the number of jobs Hyperloop would create. Imagine the number of opportunities, the doors this would open up. And I haven't even touched upon transportation of cargo yet. Let's get those iPhones shipped from China to the US underwater. Let's do that, shall we? That would be cool. It is a basic human need to feel connected with one another. And they say that this connection is the key to success, both personal and professional. Hyperloop will connect people. It will bring communities closer. You will now be able to spend more time with your loved ones. The possibilities with Hyperloop are endless. And the future is happening now. So I ask you all of this. In a few years from now, if you had a chance to hop into one of these Hyperloop pods, where would you want to go? All you guys out there, if you had a chance to take a date from Boston to New York at 9 o'clock for dinner and drop her back home, assuming that's your Cinderella, before midnight, wouldn't that be cool? Traveling at 760 miles an hour would be a great date, wouldn't it? If you had a chance to hop into one of these Hyperloop pods, where would you want to go? Who would you want to meet? What sort of an experience would you want to have? What would you all do with Hyperloop? Thank you.